Okay. Yes, streaming. Sick. Okay. Need to share this. Gonna share this. Do. Very smart to always do this after you start your stream. Publicize it afterwards. So that works. Facebook. Maybe you'll... Okay. Okay. We are gonna start with... So, actually, let me just embiggen the reference image here. Okay, so we got this huge image of Kazoo. It's just a regular Kazoo. You can order them in packs of like 30 on Amazon, which is what I've gone and done because I'm responsible for the salary. The objective here, I don't know exactly what the intent is, or rather I don't want to share it because I want to spoil the surprise what he's going to build. Basically, he's just going to tack some electronics on this Kazoo. They're going to do a fun thing. Because I want to help with this, I figured, why not model a Kazoo? So here we are. I have a Kazoo, and it's going to be turned into CAD. I haven't taken any pre-measurements, so this is going to take me just exactly as long as it would in real life. And it is 119 millimeters long. I think this is going to end up being a lot of kind of weird lofts, because I cannot foresee it being anything else. Oops. And it's just going to be... You can see that it's got like a straight profile for the first... Like a straight sidewall for the first roughly 60 millimeters, and then it kind of tapers down to... Well, you can't really see it in that image that I posted, but it's about 10 millimeters in OD, so... Let's shrink this guy back up there. That looks about right. So I need to get myself facing the end there. And there's also this giant boss on the top that I need to figure out how to model. It's going to be... I'm realizing I'm going to have to do a lot of this with surfacing tools. It's just going to be really wacky. Oh, it does have a nice flat surface on the top, though. That could be convenient. What was this? 22.7-ish? Yeah, 22.7. The width at the front is 20.8. Sidewall was, I don't know, like 60 millimeters, roughly. Whoops. Uh-oh. This guy needs to go up here. 60 millimeters. Length overall is like 119. And then I need to figure out how long this front bit is. .5 off the front. Yeah, there we go. Now I've got at least a start of the thing. Oh, do I even want to do this way, though? Because that could get extra gross. Hang on. I'm going to delete this guy. Select chain. Select this guy. Do a quick mirror. Yeah, okay. What's this point, though? Oh, is that... What's that point? What's that point doing, though? What's that guy doing up there? Okay. So we've got I think I'm going to end up using these as guide curves, probably, because I need to do kind of some funky sweeps to set things up. And I need to have planes. Whoops, hang on, that's not right. Don't do that. Front plane, no, parallel. There we go. Okay. Well, I don't like that very much though, because it places it sort of up top and off to the... I'm gonna make it on that point, so that way it's somewhere useful. And then another plane. Okay. Oh my god, just give me a midpoint, please. Or don't, that's fine, I guess. Okay, front plane, parallel. 3D printer happily 3D printing the background. Sketch on this guy. We're just going to do a circle for now. Because we have to... There's some interesting geometry on the top of this guy. It's kind of hard to make out, but there's a... This is all like perfectly flat. And since I don't really know... Oh god, that's gonna be gross. All just a bunch of lofts. Just have to keep lofting and eventually I'll get there. See, 18... 16.7. Okay. If I make this guy coincident with the origin, which looks like I've already done. Okay. You guys can hide. Thank you. Coincident. Cool. Okay. There's an ending profile at least. Sketch on front plane. Here's where things get weird. So we've got vertical. Oops. Kind of like that. I'm gonna have to do... It's gonna be a lot of guesswork to get these curves right. Oh. Mirror. Radial. Oh, but they're still separate. I don't want them to be separate. It's gross. Well, I'm gonna let it be gross though. Okay, we've got... Let's see. 20.8. I can actually kind of skip over it by making that guy coincident. And then we've got this top dimension. Just took that as 16.7. Oh man, I just realized I'm going to have no way to guarantee the center line. That's cool. Wait. Can I just call that the center line? Looks pretty center liney. Okay. Origin, this guy, midpoint. Call it a day. You know, it's interesting. It's straight walled on the sides. But it does expand a little bit on the front and top for about 14 millimeters. So I'll have to make another profile like this pushed back a little ways. Meanwhile, I can start getting some... The only like concrete dimensions we can measure are going to be the ODs on this guy. 21.5. All of these edges are the same. Don't even tell me that they aren't. Go away. Quit trying to reshape my stuff. $21.5. What? Those would be equal. Yeah, there's an equal radius. Why are those 23? Whoops. 23? Oh, this guy just gets way shallower. Okay. So I need to control... Oh man. What am I doing? That's about 6 millimeters. Whoops, that's all kinds of jacked up. 6 mils. Drag this down. That's not what that looks like. So these guys must be quite a bit larger. 3 millimeters maybe? 4 millimeters even? Oh, actually 5 is very reasonable now that I'm holding up a pair of calipers to it. Maybe 4.5? Yeah, that gives me kind of a rough... Okay, so I'm just going to set a dimension there. Shh, 28. Just kind of like walk this in the direction of something reasonable. Oops. But of course, it doesn't want to go in useful increments, so... That almost looks right. Okay. Now, another profile. We're going to set this one relative to this front plane. Other direction, please. Flip offset. Normal. Hide. And then do a sketch on it. Can I just straight offset them? Well, we'll convert them and then offset them. Don't add dimensions, make it just like 1 mil. Those guys on construction. Drag this out, drag this out. Convert. Extend. Trim, get rid of this extra stuff. That's much too large. Actually, if I don't do that and I make these two equal, is that going to constrain that well enough? It looks like it constrains the radius, but it doesn't constrain the height, which is fine. $18.3. And that continues back to the midpoint, and then we get sort of the continue the bottom section, but it gets chopped. What was this back segment, I wonder? 20 mils? Let's do another plane. So many sketches. Okay, hang on. I need to label some of these. Outer edges. This guy, which is the rear hole, I guess. Rear plane. This is the front plane. Whoops. Oh, there's already a front plane. Mouthpiece plane. This is the... Oh, you know what? I'm going to stick with the AB naming scheme because that tends to work really nicely. We'll call this the exhaust A plane. Bring this guy up here. What? Why are you dependent on other things? You shouldn't be dependent on anything. What? Why is that? Hang on. I've got some silliness going on here. Okay, children. Mouthpiece A plane. Oh, that's not actually the mouthpiece A plane. This is the mouthpiece A plane. This is the exhaust A plane. This is the exhaust B plane. Behind that guy. Yes, okay. Rear hole. Exhaust A profile. Oh, hang on. Need to get rid of this. That dynamic reference visualization will sometimes make it difficult to rename stuff, just because it interacts with your first click and then it doesn't capture your second one, so it gets all kinds of messy. This is the mouthpiece A profile. This is the mouthpiece B profile. Now we're going to go to the exhaust B plane. Well, actually, hang on. Reorder things here a little bit. Need a sketch on the exhaust B plane. First, I need to hide all these, though. Well, actually, just dropping things all over the place. About 60 millimeters back, we get a slight curve upwards, but there's like another... Okay. What I actually need to do is a side profile. Which means I need all these guys. Sketch. On the right plane. Oops. It was coincident. There we go. Okay. Now we come back. Should I define this? I shouldn't define this in a sketch, actually. This is going to be off the mouthpiece A plane. Going to be 60 millimeters. This is the exhaust C plane. It's a C plane. Whoops, wrong direction. Flip offsets. Let's edit sketch. Coincidence. Cool. Now we get a big swoop up here. Make that guy pierce. Cool. Oh, howdy, a viewer. Hello. This is side profile sketch. That seems fine. If you look at it from roughly this angle, you can see how it looks kind of like a kazoo. It's getting there. It's doing its best. Okay, I think I need... It's got a little bit of tumble home to it. The sides are curved and I just kind of didn't notice. Should be inconvenient. I'm just gonna ignore the tumble home. What could possibly go wrong? Sketch at this plane. So because there's this sort of flat surface on the top, I need to model how I'm going to do the lofted surface first. And then this sort of top flat plane is going to come out as a, you can kind of see it, it's in between the exhaust bit and the, I guess the buzzer. You've got this little step up right above my mouse about here. So I think I want to model that separately. So I'll pull off this thickness, 16.6, and then subtract from it the thickness of that, which is 0.6 millimeters. So, actually, I'm going to draw a pretend imaginary line up here, and I'm going to use that to, that way I know that I have the thickness exactly right overall, but I can change how thick this boss is. Hang on. Oh. One sec. I have to drag this guy around a little. There we go. Break the links to the height of these legs so that this can be whatever height it wants to be. Looks good. Oh, does that match the sidewalls there? Forgot to check for that. Got very lucky. Oh, we got messages. Who would do such a thing? Nothing important. Thank goodness. I'm gonna have to make a mid-plane there eventually. Should probably just do it now. Oh, no, hang on. That's... Oh, awesome. That's square at the front plane. Perfect. Knowing what you're doing. And I'm also realizing now that I don't really like that line being there. Or rather, I don't like it being straight. I know it looks like it kind of is. I'm just gonna add a quick tangent. Make that coincident. Now that's smooth, so little victories. Let's do a quick look on this guy. I think that's flat on the top. Nope, it does curve down. Okay. Oh, I need the side profile sketch for the B profile, though. hang on, I'm missing fillets there. These are pretty small though, they're only like a millimeter. Poink, poink. That's much too large. 1 millimeter, please. Thank you. Okay. B-plane, sketch. Let's select this whole chain and convert it. And then I have to sort of break everything off. Ooh, that's not gonna work, is it? I feel like I should just copy and paste the geometry. Something. This is really dumb. Let's see. That is equal. This is also equal. I'm not really sure that those are equal, but I'm gonna make them equal anyway. I think I have to put points on these to make all this line up nicely. If I do a... Ooh, that's gross. Hang on. Tangents. Tangents, 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 tangents. Always add tangents. Especially with this weird converted geometry, because it always breaks. Oops. Hang on. Tangent? Okay. Nope, that's still busted. Tangents. Tangents. Okay, vertical. Vertical. Pierce. That's gross. Hang on. Vertical line. Make these guys symmetric. Pierce. Oh, gross. What's it complaining about now? Okay, now I can move things in and out. I should have just drawn all geometry from scratch because this is so much messier. Can pick this line over here and say collinear, Alt-L, and then that'll just line it right up. Let's see how that looks in terms of profiling. I want it to be kind of a halfway point between the two. I think what I'll do is, if I convert this guy, then use that to trim everything. Hang on. No, you're still coincident. We're good. If I select... Oh, no, that's gonna be gross. Well, maybe it won't be gross. I'm gonna select the midpoint of this guy and make it coincident with this. That looks not too gross. Certainly drawn more gross things. Oh, and that guy's dependent on the side profile sketch, so when I edit the side profile sketch, I don't get this top plane. But I do already have this guy, which should be enough, because then I can just draw it to the plane. This is the exhaust C sketch. Profile, side profile. This is the exhaust B sketch. Cover this guy. And do some stuff. Stuff and some things. Is that guy already coincident with the... He is coincident with the origin, which is exactly where I want it to be. Select midpoint. Whoops. Oh. Let's just kind of pick an edge here. Coincident. We're going to make this point go to the B-plane. And that way it puts it right where I want it to. Then a pierce constraint, Alrighty. Very tidy. Looks good. I think that's enough to work with. Extruded boss. This guy. Up to the front plane. Up to surface front plane. Extruded boss. Take this profile. Do it up to front plane. That looks fine. Now, 2 hopefully clever lofts. Loft with boss base. Oh, I'm gonna have to shell this thing, actually. Shit. Smart. Thinking ahead. Oh, wait, this is pushed in. It's 2 pieces. There's 2 pieces. I'm dumb. Aghast. What have I done? I want to do those lofted services first. I don't think I do. Just gonna leave it like this. So, profile, profile, guide curves. Yep, that's a guide curve. That's a guide curve. This is a guide curve. This one's a guide curve. Then the final profile will be this one. Oh, that's gross. Yes. Okay, let merge tangent faces on too, so it looks extra gross. Not to next guide, but to next sharp. How about that? Oops, don't make me measure things. Still looks wrong. I might have to make some extra spline 3D sketchy stuff to make that end up nice. Ooh, actually, I can just do start constraint model profile. Wait, that's the start constraint. That's not actually what I want. Model profile. 2. Go from the rear. Next edge. Global. Oh, can't get that to play nice. Okay, just before the loft comes, I need to show this guy and do a control sketch up top. It's gonna be just tangent arcs. What? I mean, I can't make arcs wherever I like. How rude. Hopefully, those will give me enough control. What? Oh, it's gotta go all the way to the end? Nuts. Okay. Well, I guess I could do it as 2 lofts. Yeah, hang on. What if I just did this as 2 lofts? What if I just drew the rest of the owl? Lofty boss base. Here to here. Guide curves. So many guide curves. This one, please. Whoops. Nope. That's not a profile. In both cases, I want this to end normal. Well, actually, not normal to the B sketch, but Normal to this sketch. The curvature of the face, actually? That'd be nice. Okay. Does that... Oh, loft operation failed to complete for no reason. Super cool. Why though? Maybe don't merge? Hmm. You know what? I think just doing a full spline dealio from up here down to the... Oh, that's just gonna get so gross though. Off to boss base. What happens if I just tell it to do it and see what it does? Still merging tangent edges, which is very rude. Hey, there we go. Still gross. Needs to have that bottom edge. But we're getting there. If I add this one's a guide curve. That seems to have gotten it in the mood. Hey, just works. When does that ever happen? Hint, it just straight doesn't. This one is the BC connecting guide curves. Top profile. Whoops, don't zoom, just hide, please. Off the boss base. I will need these side and top profiles, though. Start end constraints. End constraint should be curvature of face. Guide curves, this guy. Oh, hang on. I won't be able to do curvature to face because otherwise it will ignore all of my very carefully constructed guide curves. Not quite right. I need a selection manager. Always defaults to merge tangent faces. I hate when it does that. That looks okay. Not amazing. But it does sort of taper together pretty nicely, and I can always, you know, fill it and fix things up around the backside, so. Hang on, why is this sketch still visible? Went from this guy, this guy. And we're going to take this profile, or this guide curve, that guide curve. And it still defaults to merging tangents. Hey, that almost looks usable. So this first one is the... A, B... This is going to be the E-plane now. So AB, AB front CDE. And now I kind of want the middle one to be the C-plane, so... But now it'll be really easy to tell them apart. So now if I show all these planes, AB, whoops, that's not the B plane, this is the C plane. Nope, still can't type. Yeah, okay. So this is the BC boss. This is the DC boss. Which direction is this one going? I don't think it actually matters that much. The loft. The F loft. AB loft. Sweet. That's all those. Do a quick curvature continuous fillet on any visible edges. Or maybe it'll just vomit on me. It's also very possible. I have the feeling I didn't draw my guide curves very well. It might just crash here, which wouldn't be terribly surprising. Yep, it just doesn't like that. What? How could it possibly do self-intersection geometry? It's two profiles. This guy to the exhaust of a profile. And it's going to start with curvature. What? How does it even manage tangency then? That's acceptable. It doesn't use my guide curves, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really mind that much. Still got a whole bunch of stuff visible. Hmm. $26.9. Sketch on the top plane. Let's see, where'd I hide that? You know what, I'm just going to draw it again. It's no big deal. 22.7. Sturdy boss. Vertex. Oh, I was hoping I saw a vertex down there. I do not. Nuts. Oh, wait, I can pick that guy. That guy's the vertex. And that gives me a low point that I can draw my 26.9mm high tube from. Whoops, that's gross. Yeah, that's extra gross. Cannot have that. So what's this side of the top plane? I'll just dimension it from the top plane. Nobody will know. It's just going to go 18mm upward. That's fine. Now, I do also have these sort of interesting little ribs on the sides. They are 2.6 in diameter. Front plane. .6, Control A, Alt Q. Whoops, that didn't work. Just make them equal, please. Thank you. Oh, I can only do it one side at a time, though. Just leave the dimensioned one. And that won't actually work because I need to have it with that point on the top profile. Needs to be visible. Pierce. And now, when I sweep that guy, whoops, bidirectional, please. Boink. That's gross. Don't like that. Why does that not clean up nicely? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. That's fine. Mirror face, right plane, pick that guy up. Quick wall thickness check. 2.1mm roughly. Is that consistent? Nope, it is only 1.5 on top. Make this guy 2.1. And I just realized I've got no idea if it's going to work. Okay. Get rid of that guy. We're just gonna fill at this. Be lazy. 5mm. Okay, 3mm. 2mm. What if I do the other side? That looks way less gross. I want to do keep surface. Keep edge, keep surface. I guess it doesn't really care. I was hoping it would suck it back up in, but can't win every battle. So this guy isn't going to be used yet. We're going to do the shell first. 0.1. Multi-thickness 0.5 on this face. Oh, whoops. Top face. So that looks mostly okay. I mean, far from perfect. 19.3 on the ID. Hey, I'm almost not terribly wrong on that one. If I bump this up to like 1.7, it'll probably try and break again. Uh-oh. It's 2.17 at the front, but it's different at the back end. Which means it could be different all the way through. That would be very inconvenient for me. See, the thing is, it's so close, too. Like, I could just kind of say, yeah, whatever, and let it be. It would probably be fine. It really doesn't like that, though. I wonder why. Maybe if I make them curvature continuous instead. As always, nope. Then it breaks. Cool. Dudes rock. Ah, man. As soon as I add that, it breaks it. Keep edge, keep surface, doesn't do anything. Maybe freeze that shell feature so it doesn't rebuild every time we fix a single fillet. Oh, that's much more gross, though. Still leaves a sharp interior corner, which isn't great. I think what I'm learning is that it's very difficult to design injection molded components and to replicate them. Oh, cool! Now the shell just fails. It's my favorite thing for a shell to do. Oop. Is it even complete? It's says it did, but it also says that it threw a lot of errors. Yeah. I'm just gonna make that like 2.5 millimeters to see what happens. Oh, hang on. That was the depth. That was not the radius of those fillets. I'm dumb. Okay, make these guys 2.5 and see if that gets it to stop for planning. Yeah, it does. Cool. That is a compromise I am willing to live with. Even though it does kind of bust up the accuracy up here. 15.8. I'm okay with that. Screw the boss. We're gonna convert this stuff. Extend these guys. Trim. And then offset inward by like 0.5. Make sure to add dimensions, the base geometry's construction. Ooh, hang on, that's not right. Yeah, I need to convert the inner one. Convert. Extendo. Offset 0.5, same as before. Oh, whoops, went the wrong direction. You know, I still don't actually like that now that I look at it. Maybe the other way was better. Oops. Control Y? Yes. Okay. We're just gonna leave that one as it is. And extend these guys to meet it. And I still got these bits out here. I'm gonna do up to vertex and pick the, well, one of these in here is gonna have the right profile. Up to vertex, this vertex. Yes. And I'll put a little draft on it too, like maybe 15 degrees. It's gonna let me do these at the same time? Nope, it will not. Okay. I think it's a promise there. On corners, and we're gonna shrink this down to like only a millimeter or so. It doesn't like rounding corners though. So, Ah, it's that little bit right there that's giving me trouble, I bet. So let's try curvature continuous, and then shrink it a little. Nope, curvature continuous does not work. That is in an okay place, I think. I've satisfied my desire to model the kazoo. And that's, like, 3/4 of the elements of a kazoo, so... Actually, hang on. Let's look at it from the right angle. Just drag that over here and make this guy bigger. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. Certainly the thicknesses are all wrong just because I can't model surfaces at all, but I've done worse. It's very hard to resize that correctly. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call it a night. Interesting, complicated, lots of weird surfaces, but I don't have the experience with mold making tools to make this useful. If you came by and you'd like to see more of this in the future, feel free to subscribe, like the video. It helps. Every subscriber is just like another tick in the box. It's like, yeah, people care about this. So if you have a drawing that you want to send me, feel free to. I think my email is up on my channel. You can send to that. What else? Nothing off the top of my head. If you're watching this months down the line, thank you for watching. If you're watching it at night, have a nice night. If you're watching in the morning, why are you doing that? But also good morning. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep now. Boink.